morning. Just going through my head, I'm like, I lifted the landing gear. Good tug test. Hooked everything up. We're good to roll. Got my trailer again. The guy that ran my trailer last week took care of the trailer really nicely. So quite happy with that. I'm not going to be able to make that corner. I mean, if I tried hard enough, I could, but my camera mount is on my motorcycle helmet, so I had to jerry-rig this one. It is 8:45. Pulled the truck into the shop because I wanted to get the beacons put on, but nobody communicated, so started tearing apart the inside, getting the beacons ready to mount them onto the roof, and then they're like, no, just strap temporary beacons to the mirrors because we don't have time. Okay, let's put everything back together because the dashboard was apart, the roof lining was off. Like, okay, put it all back together. Let's take Bombi. Well, let's not take Bombi, because we're going to Plastikoff Mass Timber. Which would be actually a little bit shorter going through Nelson. Now the camera's a little bit lower with this mount. I think I'll see if I can find some more stuff and jerry-rig it a little higher up. But I have some time. Just quickly threw this together.
Continue on Highway 6.
So I have temporary beacons wired in to fit the cigarette lighters. But we're back to our trucking videos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my vacation videos. We didn't get a bunch of the stuff done we wanted to because, well, breaking the quad and everything. And I broke the quad in the yard while getting it ready to load. It's like, well, I could have broken in the middle of nowhere. All I broke was the linkage to the gear. So I could have probably put a vice grip on it. We could have still gone quadding, but that would have been awfully awkward. Having the seat would have to be removed to do it. Yeah, it'd be awkward. Like, nope, just not worth it. We'll save that for a weekend. talked to the guys in the shop to see if they could get my bunk AC to work. Nobody is getting a hold of that, making that work. Nobody can figure it out. And then the other issue was my E-log wasn't tracking my kilometers properly. And that one we figured out. Yeah, there's still a screwdriver in here. My screwdriver, not the shop's. So I gotta put that back under the bunk. Tired. Of course, vacation made me stay up later and later and later every day, and now I couldn't fall asleep last night, so I got about 6 hours of sleep. So I'll be fine today. Should be able to get sleep tonight again, so. But just tearing apart the whole truck, I'm like, I'm gonna help the guys. It's like, I told the mechanic, if I'm in the way, kick me out of the way. If I'm helpful, I'm willing to help. But if I just get in the way and less helpful than not, then I told him just give me a boot. Won't hurt my feeling. So I helped unscrew everything and unbolt everything and tear everything apart, and then just put it all back together. For no reason. It's already 18 degrees Celsius outside, so pretty warm. Oh, this little community that we're beside is Weimer. But anyway, I'll head over to Plastikoff Mass Timber, and we'll get loaded and see what our load looks like, and pretty sure it's a tarp load, and we'll go from there. Up didn't take that long. Not a heavy load. I didn't weigh myself, but it's not heavy. I am 11 feet and 2 inches wide. Driving slow on this highway, doing 10 kilometers below the speed limit. Some cars behind me getting really eager. Hopefully they can keep their eagerness to themselves. I'm going to leave a little bit of a bigger gap in front of me, just in case they decide they can't wait. We have a passing lane coming up after Rock Creek, so beacons going, legally need beacons, or a pilot car. So I don't have a ferry appointment till 11 a.m. tomorrow. I thought it was 9. Oh, here we go. I'm glad I left the extra space. Although why they didn't pass more, I don't know. That big rig up front seems to be doing 90 kilometers per hour. Must be owner-operator doing a fuel economy run. So our width does restrict us in travel time between Abbotsford and 160th. That's near Port Man. Oh, deer on the road. More deer there, looking to, they're wanting to cross. So yeah, between Abbotsford and Port Van, a wide load, this wide anyway, is not allowed to travel between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and between 3:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. So when I get close to Abbotsford, I'll have to look at the time, make sure I don't pass Abbotsford until after 6 p.m. and then make sure I make it at least to Port Man. Thinking probably I'll sleep at the scale there, but we'll see. That vehicle makes it past all of us before the 80 zone. Only has the big rig left to go. Oh, there's the 80 zone. Nope, did not make it before the 80. Will they pass in the 80 zone? Don't recommend it, but basically, if they cannot pass that big rig before Rock Creek, there was no point of doing all that work of aggressively trying to pass, because we have passing lanes here. If you're heading north out of Rock Creek or west out of Rock Creek, there's passing lanes, so basically they did all that work for nothing. Yep, 50 up ahead, so yep, did all that work for nothing. It took a while to pass all the people behind me and then all the people in front of me, and they did not make that last pass. So they will be exactly where they would have been if they had just followed in line like we did. straight, so let's see if we can pass him. Well, we will pass him. There he goes. I mean, he gets past him a couple seconds earlier than if he had waited. Or bridges, maybe temporary bridges. No point in merging back because the lane ends. Quite a laugh out of one of the comments down below. I gotta say, we have a really awesome community. 99% of all the comments are really positive, but a person accused me of talking like this to you guys, even without the camera being on. He goes, it's kind of weird you talking to the camera like this. I bet you talk like this with the camera off. Maybe you say you won't, but I don't believe it. I was like, are you serious? I'm actually talking to you guys. I'm not just blabbing away. I'm actually talking to you guys. It's like, okay, what do you think I do when the camera's not on? Yeah. The radio is blasting, I've got music playing, or I've got a podcast playing, and I shut up. It's quiet in here. Very often, the only talking I do in the day is while I'm shooting video or while I'm on the phone with my wife. That's the only people I get to talk to. You guys and on the phone with my wife. You guys are my social interaction. I'm leaving that comment up there because I thought it was pretty funny. I know I am crazy, but that'd even be a little bit much for me. Climbing out of these. Such a light load. Too bad they didn't have an appointment for me tonight. I'm sure the boss could have gotten me one, but these appointments have to be made 3 days ahead for wide loads, so they can't change it last minute. That's okay. We'll cross tomorrow at 11 and see if we get unloaded tomorrow or not. And yes, as per requested, I will, if the shops are open, go into the tourist shops and see what's for sale inside of them. You're welcome. With the extra travel restrictions, they may be closed. I don't know, but we'll take a walk through them. Probably I'll walk to the top deck and watch us depart the harbor. Because I always enjoy watching departing, so I'll probably do that first, and then I'll go check out the stores. It's a tourist trap, everything's overpriced, but still take a walk around. Try not to walk as fast. You're welcome. I enjoy walking around on the ferry, and I do speed walk. Need Jess there to pace me. She likes taking her time and window shop. I like getting from point A to point B now. I don't mind walking slow, I'm usually a fast walker. Lugging a little bit there in 17th gear. Not bad. The automatic has figured out that I'm really light. It is letting me run at a lot lower RPM. Coming up to Bridesville, a small little village. If you guys live in the area and would like to stay at Hobbiton, or stay at Long Bottom, is it Long Bottom? That doesn't seem like the right name. Underhill. Stay at Underhill? Yeah, there we go. Long Bottom is another Hobbit's name, another family name. Yeah, Bilbo Baggins at Underhill. If you want to stay there, Bridal Falls actually has a bed and breakfast where you can stay in the hill. Something is very wrong with that trailer. I don't think it's properly attached to the truck. It's swerving left and right. Something is wrong there. That's not safe. But yeah, somewhere up in these hills is Hobbiton. I think it's actually just after Bridesville. come up beside them and keep momentum and then just jump back in this lane. But there was a car coming behind us, so that'd be impolite to that car. Yeah, Bridesville's right at the top of this hill here. Stuff on them. That load looked as heavy as mine. Let's see if he's on the radio. I find most people aren't on the radio. It's always a shame. I like talking to people. Ostriches are not out today. Oh, they're way over there. I see them. It's a piece of bird. So yeah, Hobbiton is I believe it's right here in these hills up to the right-hand side. So one of these driveways, probably this one right here, maybe this roadway right here. Yeah, right here. You go up that way. There's a bed and breakfast there. It's expensive. No cell service, no internet, just nice, relaxing, away from it all. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys down the road. Weather is looking more and more stormy-ish, isn't it? whistling Dixie. Truck is whistling Dixie. We already got the whole thing full of bugs. Got our beacon lights flashing up there. Not super bright though. And then there's our overhang. We've got more overhang on the other side. But it's a short little baby load. I guess I didn't need to put these lights on at all, because we're not legally allowed to drive with this load at night unless we have a pilot vehicle. So I can't use those lights anyway. My trailer finally has a trailer number on it, QD03, and a Sutco logo on the toolbox. But yeah, this side overhangs quite a bit more. So yeah, total of 11 feet 2 inches. Kind of fun running a load like that. I'll get back on the highway. Did our brake check already. And it looks like I just broke the mount. It still clicks in. Alright. We'll roll on out and I'll record some more. I record going down Anarchist all the time. So we'll record some video past that point. Hey, we're down in the Soyuz. Figure we got a nice light load. Today'd be a good day to record climbing the roller coaster, Richter Pass. I often record going down Richter Pass the other side, the section we call the roller coaster going up and down. But I rarely record a Soyuz climbing to the top, so let's do that. Okay, just watch for pedestrians. I am wide. Need a little extra space going around some of these corners. Keep reminding myself. Those bikes are on the wrong side of the road. pretty windy outside. Oh, the food truck's not here. It was a mini donuts truck. That's a fairly wide ridge. I should be okay. My load's above that railing anyway, so no white line here. As long as I get all the way to the side, I should be okay there as well. No, that's not illegal in British Columbia. You're allowed to pass one vehicle on the right hand side like that, as long as you don't leave the roadway to do so. So if your tire has to pop off onto the gravel, it's illegal to do so. If there is a white line painted there and your tire has to cross the white line, that's illegal. But over there's no white line, no gravel. You can legally pass on the right hand side. Most places it's known as suicide passing. We're only allowed to do one car. If there's more than one car, we're not allowed to. Up pretty quick. I'm like, shoot, why I have to slam on the brakes, but they stop. Okay, narrowest part of town done. Let's get up to speed limit. Pedestrian, lots of room, because I am wider on the right hand side than I'm on the left hand side. I on purpose got up the load slightly that way. Makes it a little nicer going down the highway that way. I think this is not a big load, but I think it is officially the widest load I've ever hauled. I will have the ability to actually speed here, so let's not go full throttle. On, so if someone squawks up, hopefully they don't blow our ears off, because I haven't heard anything in a long time, so I might have set up too loud. check to see what time we get to Abbotsford. We're gonna get there after 6, so I can hammer down. GPS says I'll arrive at the ferry at 8 p.m. I'm not gonna actually go all the way to the ferry, but half an hour before that I'll stop, so I should have time for a half-hour break somewhere in the day without risking it getting dark. Because if it gets dark, I gotta stop. I can't drive this at night without a pilot vehicle. So keep that all in mind as we get closer to the end of the day. It is 2:48 right now, p.m. after lunch. I had I don't know what kind of chicken it was. It was a good chicken sandwich. Had some really good spices on it. Yep, there goes my package of toilet paper. Apparently that was not a good place to store it because it has now fallen. I'm like, it's nice and light. It'll fit up here and stay there. No. I don't want to put anything heavy there, but I'm like, it's light. It should be okay if it was up there. I guess it's okay because even if it falls, no big deal. Yeah, beautiful Monday. Today is May the 17th. I haven't looked at the weather forecast, but I think we might get some rain. I hope. We could use some rain here. Usually these hills all turn green in spring, and this year they've just stayed. Like the sagebrush has kind of got a bit of a green tinge to it, but a lot of the grass has just stayed brown. Not a lot of growth this year. I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. If there's not much growth, there is less fuel for a fire. Also means everything is primed and ready for a huge forest fire. So notice that the water bombers came into town last week, so we have 3 big water bombers parked at the airport now. They'll live there now till the end of the fire season. Basically all summer long. Visit Spada Lake again on one of the weekends. I wonder how much snow Mount Cobo still has. something. Luckily there was nobody behind us. I could just shift over and pass him. He's outside. Looks like he's looking at his rad or something like that. I didn't see any coolant outside, so I don't think he blew off his coolant. Got good cell service here, so there's actually a repair shop just down the hill that's probably on the way. I know we've had them deliver stuff to me before. One time I blew my rad hose going up Anarchist. I just took out a new hose clamp, clamped it down, and got them to bring me a bunch of coolant. There's 11 jugs that went in. Let's set cruise control here. Light load like this, it should hold the truck. If I set the cruise control at 96 kilometers per hour, we should do about 100. Yeah, 101. Cruise control going downhill will go about 5 kilometers faster than the cruise control set. Going uphill about 5 kilometers slower than cruise control is set. For fuel economy. So I've got to always be constantly manipulating my cruise control. So that was the first dip down the roller coaster. This is the big, long, fast downhill section. Down there. This is the farm with the looks like it's almost out of silage. Make some more silage. Oh, this is the farm with the tire walls. Just old used tires. You'll see it coming up here on the left hand side. Got his cattle divisions made up all of tires. There, way in the background, you see all the black lines of black fencing. Laying there. There's all the tires. Make good fences. Never see them falling over. So they must be pretty solid. So we're down the first big, fast downhill section. We got the little bump here. And we got some more downhills, and then we got the quick rapid up and downs. A few corners. or load the elevation map onto a spreadsheet, it would look like a roller coaster. Orchards and wineries down this way. Coming to the bottomless Milkamine Valley. Yeah, Highway 3 is such a beautiful highway to drive. Oh, bees. I was wondering what was on that truck. Beehives. I remember the one time not picking the right gear coming down this first fast dip, and I had to hold on. So we're going to come down near full speed. This corner can be very, very sketchy if you're coming down too fast, full load. Because you gain a lot of speed going down these dips. Cyclist, hammer down before the rain comes. Kind of looks like it is raining ahead of us there. Should I speed up this section of video to make it feel like a roller coaster? These dips and hills up and down get shallower and shallower and shallower, just like a roller coaster would. Till we finally even out. no loop-de-loos though. Grassland too for silage and probably alfalfa too. This Milkmaid River actually looks pretty full. Look like the meltdown snow caps that are melting are finally coming down here. Not flooding, but it's definitely getting full. Nice and full, but everything around it is dry. Seven Stones Winery. I'd like to know what that means. We're on native land, so Seven Stones has got to be something to do with maybe it's 7 tribes. Actually, I don't even know if that is on native land. That might actually be just outside of native land. Yeah, I think native land starts over here, right by the sign. All our dips are getting shallower and shallower. It is windy out here. We're whistling Dixie again. Little mini school bus. Going on the road right back off. Drive on a Super Bee. Wow, must really carry quite a bit of weight. Done with the roller coaster. We're getting to the coast. I'll just continue the video right through Karamias and we'll call it a day. We're just coming through Costin right now. That's a couple raindrops.
On your Kenny?
Haven't heard anyone on the radio for hours. It's kind of nice to hear another voice. I don't know what they said. It was too far away, but someone out there lives. That tractor's doing it on the field. It's got some kind of implement behind him. Some kind of rototiller. love the idea these people moved into an old police station. Right over here on the right hand side, the red brick building is an old RCMP police station, and people moved into it and made it their home. New police station's right next to it. Always wonder what they did to the cell. The drunk tank, did they keep that as a, did they keep the bars in? I would have had to keep the bars in if I made it into a home.
Turn right on 7th Avenue.
In the background on the mountain, you see K Mountain for just a couple of seconds here. Right in front of us, you see a big K in the mountain. The way the landslides have slid down. Karamias and K Mountain. Space for all these vehicles that are parked pretty close to the roadway. I do have the load over the yellow line, but right. I like Karamias. Nice town. Alright guys, super appreciate all your comments, or even just for watching right to the end. So many of you do, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been fun reading all the comments and keeping up with you guys. Makes this a nice two-way conversation. Sutco, loader for the US too, I believe. Storm there. But yeah, thanks again guys. You guys absolutely rock. I am out of here. If Jess was with me, we would probably have to pull over here and check out the fruit stand. I don't mind.